quarterback situation that, honestly, he can come out of and win the job. I think he'll do well.
Darn placement is just outstanding.
The NFL coach saying, hey, you've got grade A ball placement. Every single NFL player that has come out to speak about Shedeur Sanders has spoke quite positively of him. Now, every anonymous person, every behind closed doors, every apparent representative from an organization that has struggled to pick a quarterback and even do anything in the playoff, Giants, those are the only anonymous, non-linked sources that have said continuously Shedeur Sanders is arrogant, entitled, can't read a defense, was combative, all these other things. No one has put their name on it, but Denzel Ward has said Shedeur Sanders that dude. Shout out to Ocho Cinco linking that. Today we got Johnny Manziel speaking highly of Shedeur Sanders, how he handled the situation, and now how he's going about his business. Myles Garret is now coming out, and we're gonna read his comments. You got David Njoku clearly gravitating towards him. I told y'all in the other video, look, Shedeur Sanders is growing a very special relationship that can be shown, that can be heard about. I'm not saying Dylan Gabriel can't spin it, Tony Grossi, because apparently he's saying we're just overhyping it. What I'm saying is that it's a clear, visible difference that the pros can see and we can all see. So today, like I said, we're going to hop into those clips. We got a little bit of the clips of him going to another community event. Now, this one was actually by the Browns, so, a lot of the rookies were there too. You got more, NFL greats, football greats, Tony Dungy. Sorry, not Tony Dungy, Herm Edwards, talking about Shedeur Sanders, says, I think when the preseason starts, he's going to find a way to beat those guys out. And I would say Browns legend already, Myles Garret. Yeah, one of the best defensive players, the better half of the decade of this NFL generation. You know what I'm saying? Constantly battling for defensive players of the year with him and TJ Watt. And when Aaron Donald was around there, he was among those times of, hey, the most dominant players in the NFL. He says, another Browns player says, Shedeur Sanders has come to camp in OTAs with a great attitude. You like going to work with people that have that kind of attitude. Come on now. Former Browns player Jason Pixton. I do like Shedeur. I saw him throw some balls into some windows, and I was like, wow. Wow. And let's hear what a lot of people try to compare. People were trying to compare Johnny Manziel, the known drinker, clubber, double fisting, I don't want to say that. I don't want to get too PG-13. But he was into some things, son, right? Openly admitted it. Came to the Browns, clearly wasn't prepared. Talk about someone who couldn't read an offense, or couldn't read a defense, rather. What does he have to say about Shedeur Sanders' transition and kind of the perception in the city, huh?
I think a lot of guys in that position, I think, to be honest, handled it as good as you possibly can with a smile on your face. Like just letting everything kind of play itself out, because it's not easy to sit there, early in the draft process. Him and Dion sitting there like, we're going to be off the board in the first 5 picks. Yeah. And you sit there for 5 rounds. That's a highly, anxious spot to be in. I mean, even for me, sitting and just, waiting till the end of the first round was I don't think I would have been able to handle it the way that he did. It's mad props to him to be able to face that and just take it straight on.
To ask you a question, what do you think, is the main reason he dropped that far?
Man, I don't know.
Quarterback opinion.
As you hear and just kind of see reports about certain things, maybe he's a little bit too loud at times, the quiet guy, the Geno type of guy who just comes in and is kind of under the radar. I'm watching rookie minicamp stuff and they're detailing every single report of every single throw. It's crazy. It's rookie minicamp. You're
every stat,
every single snap of red zone, how much. Just it just adds that question of just you're getting peppered with so much. He's getting an opportunity now in Cleveland with a quarterback situation that, honestly, he can come out of and win the job. I think he'll do well. I really do. I think the kid works really hard. I think he loves the game of ball. And when it comes down to it, if you have a guy like that loves the game, obviously grown up around it his whole life, I think he'll be successful.
I agree, bro.
So I think there's a few things to talk about. I think the first thing to talk about is Max Crosby because, again, you've been watching the videos, been keeping up. During the offseason, he had multiple, Shedeur Sanders, that is, had multiple podcasts with Max Crosby, right? Kind of had that conversation with him. They were making jokes. They were dapping each other up, right? So when even the point about, hey, Myles Garret is saying good things. Jerry Jeudy has said good things. David Njoku, which we're going to get to those videos, he's been gravitating towards him. That's another case of it's not surprising to me, right? I'm sorry. I'm not going to pretend like it's so phenomenal and crazy and oh my God, because he was already talking to NFL players. He was already friends with NFL players. He was joking and and I'm about to get traded to the Raiders with Max Crosby. I mean, that takes a different level of camaraderie. Now, like I've been saying since the anonymous quotes came out, every single time you see somebody put their name on it, put their, hey, this is what I'm saying. Only when it's anonymous have I heard these terrible claims that Shedeur can't do this, he can't do that. I got countless NFL players saying positive things. And then to speak about Shedeur Sanders, Johnny Manziel, in his comments about like, hey, sometimes people are low loud. I'm open about like, hey, I understand why Shedeur Sanders gets hated. It's clear to see. We've talked about it, right? And it's not necessarily his fault. It's more so like we've explained the whole, hey, he makes people feel small. There's a lot of people who just don't have a lot of confidence. There's a lot of people who expect a certain level of, demeanor, right? When it comes to handling what they deem to be above, right? If they're above on this hierarchy, they expect some respect, for as much as they try to call Shedeur Sanders entitlement, those comments typically come from somebody who typically gets quote unquote respect, feels entitled to that, doesn't get that, is a little bit upset that it doesn't represent. Because again, even in the negative things, we already talked about it. No disrespect. They said nothing bad. XYZ. I heard the headphone things. I haven't been able to hear anything doubled back about the headphone situation. So I don't know. I think we're just grasping for straws for someone who clearly, NFL players gravitate towards.
Our placement is just outstanding. If we could just get a tight end and catch it at some point.
Hey. So I'm sorry. I thought we were going to go David Njoku, which, you do have something. They are going to joke around a little bit. That's not David Njoku. I'm sorry. It's not the NFL player. It's just the NFL coach saying, hey, you've got grade A ball placement. And we've talked about that. You know what that boy do.
Our placement is just outstanding. If we could just get a tight end and catch it at some point.
Just throw it to me. I'm going to take care of the rest. Just throw it up. I'll take care of the rest.
Just throw it. I'm gonna take care of the rest. And like they've been joking around the whole time. And Shedeur's also been invited to David Njoku's what's it called? His little situation. What was it called? His softball game. And after this, we're gonna go through a little bit of history. Let's let y'all know and kind of corroborate some of those things we said about all the NFL players kind of respecting, not even respecting, but showing respect. Acknowledging what Shedeur has done. Now you're seeing NFL coaches do it. We talked about Tommy Rees. And it's so crazy because, and I hate talking about Mary Kay, but Mary Kay said like, hey, the thing that Shedeur Sanders needs to improve the most on is pre-play recognition, setting, setting protections, and understanding what the defense is giving you pre-snap. And then you hear from the NFL coach, Tommy Rees, and he says, oh, well, the thing that Shedeur Sanders has been doing best is the off the field things, the preparation, being in the playbook rather. My apologies. So it's just interesting to see when professional people who are putting their face and stamp and reputation on the things that they're saying, what they said comparative to, media members or, people that just don't do it. Look, I ain't nobody. I ain't even media. I'm just a dude yapping. I'm just making observations, right? I'm connecting the dots. You feel me? That's all I do around here. Okay. Speaking of connecting the dots, another thing Shedeur Sanders continues to do. Now this is a Browns camp. The last camp was him just showing up to camp. We made that video the other day. This time the Browns are doing a little situation. So it seems like they got some. Let's go deep here because they got these kids know about Colorado State. Dog. Let me find out. 12's a real life icon to the kiddos already. Hold on, let's hear this.
There we go. Yeah. You got him next time, kid. There we go.
Next time, kid.
Colorado State.
How many viewers do you have? How many viewers do you have? They put belt.
They put belt.
I've seen it. W. Travis, you're the best receiver in the country. Who's better, primetime Dion or primetime Shedeur?
There we go.
Oh my God. Okay, these kids are adorable. There's a Colorado State belt. Is that what the kiddos say? Man, these kiddos. Oh, here's another one. Wow, random.
I know this is expensive camera, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
He's going cameraman. Yeah, cameraman Shedeur mode.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait a minute, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hey,
He said
big
he's
boom,
like
big
that.
boom. Hey, spam it, big boom in the comments, man.
You feel me?
45, run it up, back.
You
yeah.
feel me?
Stay here, let it.
There we go. Oh.
Oh man, that boy breaking the camera, dog. He breaking the camera, man. I just look, man. I don't care if he don't play a game, a snap, dog. You can clearly see there's a gravitation that people have towards him. Bro, that bass. Oh my God. Somebody's pull that dunk off. That's what that sounds like. He said, "Are you started or is Joe Flacco started?" He said, "He don't know, man."
We got preseason first.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows, man. This is the kids,
I like the moves.
man.
Did you like the ankles?
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
You're probably the best rookie.
Yeah, appreciate it. Touchdown. Do your celebration.
Do your thing, man. Oh, he put the wrist down. Oh man, look, man, this makes me feel all fuzzy on the inside, man. These little kitties. Again, like we're talking about an impact that's been made, and look, he hasn't taken an NFL snap, he hasn't done whatever, but you know, I don't know how many of y'all. This is gonna sound very cliche. I don't know how many people of y'all have ever, are on Twitter, and there's a joke about Russell Westbrook because he gets a lot of slander. And the joke is that they post him and his kids because Russell Westbrook does a lot of community service, does a lot of things. So it's like, look at the man you're hating on, like in like a joking way, like, hey, don't do that because clearly it's about basketball. But if I could steal that and say, this is the man I'm hating on, man. This is the person. Again, not when it comes to football. When y'all talk about being entitled and all these other things, like breaching his character and the things that clearly haven't happened. Just remember, hey, this is someone who not only the kids love, but clearly Shedeur loves giving back to the kids, love giving them their moment. Hey, do your dance, homie. Hey, that was fresh. Trying to be very, with kids, it's about, and I know everything about kids. I know nothing about kids, dog. But from what I understand from my little siblings, it's important to give them a little bit of, hey, you're doing good. Do your thing. Put a little battery in their little bitty bags. Not too much. You know what I'm saying? But from what I've seen, that's good, and that sticks with them, right? The time that Shedeur said, hey, I was fresh. You don't think that's not gonna stick with him, right? Regardless, I know y'all he ain't done it in the NFL. College football legend. Sorry about it. Number one in completion percentage. I don't know. Look at the people on that list. Are they not college football legends? Is Colt Brennan not a college football legend? Is Sam Bradford not? Come on, dog. Don't come at Colt McCoy. We're gonna have some problems. That's my guy. Y'all know Colt. That's my guy. Anyway, besides that, let's hear what the news had to say about it. And then after that, got a few more clips to talk about. Just more people talking about Shedeur Sanders and his path to being QB1. Again, the narrative has shifted. It went from, can this kid even make the team when he got drafted in the 5th round? Well, he might get cut. Now we're talking about, well, I mean, can he start week 1? Like the shift in 2 months has been quite damning. But we'll see when the pads get on. But let's hear what the news say, and then we'll get to a few more clips.
Well, the Browns may be on break following their minicamp session as they gear up for training camp later this summer, but the organization still found a way to put the fields here in Berea at Cross Country Mortgage Campus to good use, hosting one of several of their Browns youth football camps on Monday.
We had about 200 athletes out here at Cross Country Mortgage Campus
fresh.
competing in skills and drills, relay races, competitions, and flag games.
Monday's session hosted elementary school-aged kids in 1st to 5th grade.
At the Browns camp.
What's been the most fun?
Like meeting the players and playing like the games and everything.
The kids went through drills and learned skills while having fun. And the highlight of the day for the kids, they got coached up by the rookie class.
I think it's exciting because I remember I was once in their shoes.
Q.
You look up to people at this level, and for me to finally be here is like super exciting to get them knowledge and things I've learned around the way, and just to go out there.
From Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel to Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson and everybody in between, the field was full of the Browns' newest players, helping the next generation of youth.
I got to stop right here. I need you to understand, if you're a Browns fan, if you're just a Shedeur fan, if you're new to football, this Browns team, even if Shedeur Sanders wasn't drafted to it, there's already so many storylines on it. Just to give you, just in the rookies, right? Harold Fannin Jr., the most productive tight end season, in history? Or in the last, in history? Last year, he led all football in receiving yards. That not tight ends, receiving yards, period. The Triple Crown winner, Nick Marsh out of San Jose State, he had more yards than him. So there's that. Okay. Yeah, that's just one of your tight end. Yes, that's one of your rookie tight end. You got Dylan Sampson, who was literally the entire offense for the Tennessee Volunteers last year. An elite player, an elite running back, and an elite class of running backs in the SEC. Oh, some dude named Quinshon Judkins, who broke SEC records, Ole Miss records as a freshman, did it back-to-back, splitting carries, and then went ahead and just went and, won a national championship with another 1,000-yard season. I'm not sure if y'all saw that. Then if we add Shedeur Sanders, right? Unitas Golden Arm winner. You got the FCS to FBS transition, the revival of two schools, the 4,000-yard seasons, the records, the countless school records. I mean, that's legendary. Then you got Dylan Gabriel. That boy was playing football for like 7 years. But seriously, you've played with the likes of UCF. You've played electric offenses in Oklahoma and another electric offense in the world of Oregon. I believe he's the all-time FBS leader in pass touchdowns as well. There's so much history or that's going to be laid out, the legendariness, if you will, just strictly off of what they've done in the body of work that these players have done at the collegiate level. They have all left their mark. These are all players with significant, what's called stories. So when he talks about Quinshon, sharing these things, I want you to understand the reason why these kids are so excited. And they should be excited about all these players. They're not just NFL players. And I really do think that's why I like looking and making these videos. I'm CFB teams, right? We call college football. The college football career sometimes gets shunned and thrown aside because, he was a bust, he was a this, he was a that. Dog, that doesn't take away from the amazing athletic feats that they did for 3 years of their young career, right? In their basically athletic prime. I know some people say 30 is people's athletic prime. I think 18 to 22 typically should be your athletic prime, right? Giving up their years and doing things at an extremely high level and literally being historic. They're all historic in their own right, and that's just talking about the rookie class. So it's dope to see that be extended onto them. But we'll finish
It's
this
just everything that we teach them as far as competitiveness, the knowledge that we give them, also that we still have their back. We're involved in the community. And just we want them to win regardless.
And while, of course, the kids are taking lessons from the football field home with them, they also get to take home lasting memories. Now, the elementary school age session will continue on Tuesday. A middle school age session will take place later this week, and then a joint elementary school and middle school session will take place next week. No doubt across the board, though, fun for every kid who participates.
All right, so there will be some more clips there as well coming out. This video is already long, so we're not going to get into these extra clips. We'll save that for the next time. But we do have people saying, look, I think Shedeur is a phenomenal position. I think he has handled himself better than anybody. I do wonder where Dylan Gabriel is and all of this, and we kind of talked about that. And this is Andrew Hawking saying that Shedeur Sanders has a real chance to be a starter. He looks like a vet compared to what you typically see out of a rookie. We can go deeper into that. But again, just another day, another player, another Browns player, another teammate talking about the fact that he just looks different, right? I know people, or not people, Tony Grossi tried to come at Ocho Cinco, which is really just coming at Denzel Ward. Tony, y'all at Tony Grossi, tell him to say that to Denzel Ward. We know who said it. Go ahead and call out Denzel Ward, and I'll be very happy, man. I appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoy it, like it. If you don't, dislike it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content of all shapes, sizes, and forms. Continue to be great. We'll see you next time. Peace.